Okay, like magic, I'm back. No time has elapsed. So the bird is all stuffed, and I'm going to bring you guys in. We have our front stuffing, our back stuffing. If you don't have this plastic stuff that comes with your bird, the next best thing is to get cotton, 100% cotton, and you can truss your turkey. You want to make sure it's clean cotton, and this is clean cotton. What you're basically going to do is you're going to start at the back of the bird. You're going to go up, around, under, and you're going to tie your legs together. And then you're going to snip the tie as needed, but this will hold together. So for the next part, like I said, we're going to inject the bird. Now I'm going to move you guys onto this side so you can see this a little bit more clearly. And there you go. Let me get this. Let me take this off of the stove. We'll work on that next. So this Tony, and I believe it's called Chirachis or Karachis. You can find usually any good food service grocery store does carry these, and they're great to have, and they make all different kinds. And it would help if I found my scissors. And they even give you the injector or the syringe for doing it. So it's all one part. Now, if you have an exceptionally large bird, if you have a bird that is more than 25 pounds, sometimes you need to buy 2 of them for the bigger birds because you're going to use a lot of this. And every now and then, on rare occasions, these are a pain in the butt to open. Is she still throwing up?
No, she said, I don't know what she's doing. She's hacking again.
Oh, she's hacking, okay. I wonder if she's got something caught in her throat. Sorry that we're talking about the Pomeranian again. I had to give her some pain medicine last night, but my husband fed her this morning, and she seemed to have eaten. So that was her that you were hearing hacking if it came through. Okay, so I'm taking the label off, and why these companies do this. And you'll notice the first thing you'll notice is this white thing. You want to remove that. That's a safety thing. If your injectable marinade doesn't have one of these, take it back to the grocery store it was bought from and get a refund, because they should be nice and safe. Sometimes it's a pain in the ever-loving butt to get this off, and I really do miss my not having my paring knife. I wish I knew what happened to it. I think I might have accidentally thrown it away, and unfortunately my garbage pickup was today, so if it's in the garbage, it's gonna go out, and I'm gonna be forced to possibly buy a paring knife. I dropped the syringe, so I'm just going to wash that off, okay? And you want to be careful when you handle this, because this is a metal tip syringe, and you just want to tighten it on there. And then what you do is you're going to stick your syringe into the liquid, and you're just going to basically do a shot's worth of thing. What I like to do is I like to start with the dark meat first, and I'm going to just go into the leg, and I'm going to fill the turkey out. And you can tell that it's plump. I'm going to do the same thing with the wing. And then I'm going to rotate and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that in to our wing. Now this is the Creole butter. They do make different flavors. Unfortunately, in this house, I don't have the other flavors. You also want to make sure you go into the thigh area. And I do about a half of a syringe on both sides, and it will plump up. Now, for the breast part, you want to go pretty much in the middle of the meat. Make sure you go into the meat and not into the stuffing. So make sure you don't pull all the way in and actually go into the middle of the bird. You just want to do the outer. And I'm going to go a little bit up front with this. And put up maybe a little bit more in the legs. Put a little bit over here. And put a little bit over here. Now there is one thing I always forget to do, and I forgot to do it of course today. And I usually every single Thanksgiving forget to do it. And that's, you want to put a little bit of butter in your stuffing. That just keeps your stuffing nice and more moist. You might be like, well, Joel, your bird is already stuffed. Well, don't worry, you can actually sneak it in, because you just don't need to put a whole pound of butter in. Just usually a few pats will do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove that up and in. And like I said, this is why you don't want to fully pack your turkey. And then we can put a pat or two of butter right like that. Now, you can do your turkeys one of two ways. If you have soft butter and you have a pastry brush, and you want one of these type of brushes, you can just brush your entire top of your turkey in butter. Unfortunately, my butter is not soft enough to do that with, so we're going to do the next best thing. I'm just going to lay the butter on top of the bird. Now, how much butter do you need? I usually do up to a pound of butter with the turkey, and then that's your basting juices. So what I do is I cut one stick of butter, usually in quarters, and I do it lengthwise, and it's much easier to do the lengthwise than it is to do the half, the thick half. And then I'll put half of the stick on each wing, and then I'll take this one and I'll just pop it up there. Pull that butter away, and then I'm going to take another butter. And unfortunately, like I said, I was not stupid. Well, I kind of was last night. I forgot to take the butter out of the freezer, so it's still partially frozen. Although it's been sitting out for a little bit. Yeah, I forgot to yell at my husband to do that. And that's a normal thing that I always forget every single year. Unless I buy fresh. And this year was no exception. By the way, for those of you that are watching the pumpkin pie videos, you know what a disaster. My crust did not come out all that pretty, but I did sample a little piece of crust that actually fell off of the pie, and it tastes good. It just does not look good. And I'm gonna figure out. I'll find somebody close by and see if they'll be willing to teach me how to do the correct how to do a correct pie dough. Unfortunately, like I said, the one person that would normally teach me is no longer with us. So I'm gonna try this label seasoning on the bird and see how that tastes. You know what? No, I'm not, because I've already basted this, and since I have company, I'm gonna save this seasoning for when I do a turkey on the grill. And we will be, at some point during the holiday season, we will be doing it on the grill. So, now with the stuffing that you have left in the bowl, you can do two things. You can put it in a container, put it in the refrigerator, make casserole out of it, which we probably will do. But since I'm limited on space today in my refrigerator, what I'm going to do is put it in a container, and then later on, I will put it in a casserole dish, and then we'll put it in the oven. Now, I can't do that while the turkey is cooking because the turkey is too tall. So what I will do is when the turkey is out resting, that's when I'll put the stuffing in. And the stuffing just needs to heat for about 40 minutes. Now, if you have a toaster oven, you can certainly do it in the toaster oven. Keep an eye on it. Usually what I like to do is cover it with full oil. Put a little bit more chicken stock. And as a matter of fact, that's what I forgot. That's the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of stock over our bird. And a little bit in our pan. Oh, and I need to, let me wash my shears really fast because I keep forgetting to do that. And I don't want to put poultry shears that have been in a bird away. But yes, I'm just going to pop those in there and let those dry for a minute. Okay, that's done. I'm going to put this up. A little bit later on, my company is not arriving until about 3 o'clock or after 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change the entire kitchen table and put a fresh tablecloth on for dinner tonight. You may be wondering why we're eating in the kitchen. Well, it's just 3 people and I'm showing off my kitchen set. So we'll eat in the kitchen today versus the dining room. And I don't feel like cleaning the entire dining room for 3 people. So I'm going to stop the video for a little bit. It's like I said, it's a little bit early for the turkey to go into the oven. I'll be back in a few minutes.